Moving to this now, solar panels are becoming more and more popular, and you would be surprised at how quickly and efficiently they can be installed by an experienced team. But that also means that they can be vulnerable to theft as they're out in plain sight and sometimes quite accessible too. As a result, they are now being targeted by thieves who know that there is a ready market for them due to the high demand. We're now joined by Rodney Taylor, who's the MD of Guardian Eye, for this discussion. Rodney, a pleasure to have you on the program this afternoon. Firstly, tell us what factors make solar panels very attractive targets for theft.
Several factors at the moment. One, we've all seen the unemployment numbers that came out this week, as well as the increasing crime and the demand with load shedding. So this combination has obviously increased the sales of these panels. And with them being so accessible and easily to steal, unfortunately, this is now causing a large demand happening in South Africa of the theft of solar panels.
But how are solar panels typically fastened or installed? Are there any vulnerabilities in their installation that make them very easy to steal?
Well, often they're in remote locations, which also doesn't help matters. They don't use anti-tampering bolts. So anybody with a basic tools can literally remove those panels with ease.
But given that solar panels cannot be hidden away, what are the challenges in protecting them from theft here?
So your biggest challenge at the moment is with the lack of technology that's been used to monitor and look after these panels. So we've come up with an idea of putting hidden sensors, very similar to what Tracker did in the early days to track vehicles for theft. So we're actually tracking and monitoring sensors now on the solar panels on people's roofs and companies' roofs, that if there's any movement or any sort of tampering, we get an alert and we're able to notify the customer or the reaction unit to prevent the theft of those panels.
But beyond these measures, could you provide some tips or measures that individuals themselves can take to protect their solar panels from theft?
Well, one thing, obviously, insurance is a must, in my view, when purchasing these panels. I mean, it's a 100,000 Rand investment these days as a minimum. So have a very good insurance policy, ensure you check all the T's and C's there. With regards to the installation, use reputable companies that are reliable and have got a track record. And then, yes, once again, technology like Guardian Eye is providing, put this technology on your assets because they're out there at nights and the villains are waiting to take them.
So you've explained how technology can be used to enhance the security of solar panels, but there's also questions around how exactly does it work? You spoke about possible tracking systems earlier.
Yeah, so it's something it's a South African design that Guardian Eye and our team are very proud to have put together. It's a tiny micro sensors that are installed on the panels or even on the inverters or the lithium-ion batteries. That are you can't be seen by the human eye, and we can then physically, if anybody goes within a radius of that panel, right, we can detect that they're actually near that panel, or if the panel's moved, we can detect that panel's been moved from that location and track and have a reaction unit then react to that theft.
But is the technology primarily focused on providing an early warning system for tampering or approaching the solar array, or does it offer any additional features here?
So once again, it's designed around an early warning system.
Yeah.
But there's many software tools that Guardian Eye provides that tells you how well your solar panels, what it's generating and the efficiencies. But this is literally around preventative theft because the theft is on the up. These panels are made of glass, there's copper, there's lithium ion in the batteries. There's so much commodities that's in this installation that it's just undeniably going to continue this theft, unfortunately.
But as a side note, I mean, considering the motion caused by birds and other wildlife, how does the technology differentiate between actual threats or a harmless movement? Well,
this is an interesting topic that you bring up. Everybody's talking about AI. I think ChatGPT is the biggest topic around BRIs these days. Yeah. And our South African software developers have come up with a very unique algorithm that detects wildlife, detects monkeys, baboons, vermin, cats, any small predator. It'll actually ignore that as a threat, which we call false alerts. And we can physically now identify a human being and then send that alert that there's no false alerts. This alert gets sent to your cell phone, which is we've got a mobile app that's running on your phone. So at any time you can visually see what's happening on your premises.
And as we wrap up, what are the potential financial implications for individuals or businesses if indeed their solar panels are stolen? Are there insurance options available to cover such loss?
There definitely are insurance options. Unfortunately, the insurance premiums now are starting to increase because it's a commodity that's in high demand for theft. But with using technology and with regards to Guardian Eyes AI, insurance companies now have approached us that if you've got our type of product when you're purchasing your equipment, you get a much lower premium because the risk is a lot lower because we've constantly got our eyes on your assets at all times.
Rodney Taylor from Guardian Eye. And still to come, Gwena Mabelo has your sports when we return. Do stay with us.